Hey everyone, welcome to the Metal. We got us a special delivery today. This thing's heavy, so we're pretty sure of what it is. And I want to say up front, this is not some sponsored video or whatever. This company did not send this to me. Our buddy Timmy BMN, he sent this down here, and I've been wanting one of these for a long time. So let's throw a big shout out to Tim. This was awfully nice of him to send it. Now, let's see if we can even get into this box that weighs 1.9 million pounds. There's a cap. And put that in here. Got instructions. We're dangerous now. Alright. Now, 5,000 pounds of cellophane wrap later, we'll see what this looks like. Alright, well 3 hours later, I got all this cellophane off. Now, let me bring y'all in a little closer and I'll show you the individual components we have. Alright, this right here is our bottom stand. You see it's made out of some, good looking steel. And the welds look really nice. And I weld, so I can tell a crappy weld from a good weld. Yeah, that looks cool. And of course the stand-up part, well, that's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's a good thick piece of angle iron right there. And again, the welds look good on it. Yeah, I do like this. And of course our paddle. We've got 3 white ones and 3 yellow ones. You would think as much cellophane that was on these, there would not be a scratch in there, but I'm not going to complain about that. They're going to get more than a scratch here shortly. And let's just look for anybody who's interested. Like I say, not promoting, just if you're interested. Let's see what we got here. I was hoping that it would tell me what kind of steel it is. I'm sure it's AR500. And it's, what was that, 3/8? Yeah, I'm going to say about 3/8 thick, so that'll handle pretty much anything we're going to be shooting at it. It's just going to be for pistols anyway. Probably won't be popping it with like the Desert Eagle or, you know, the 7.5. Oh no, I may shoot the 7.5 and it may have to. Let me see here, it's got instructions on, you know, how to put this thing up. They say you need an 8-foot 2x4. They're telling you here, let's see, for large 6-paddle dueling trees, make the vertical stem piece between 12 and 20 inches. That's it. It don't give a whole lot of direction. All right, the bottom boards will be 2/3 facing forward and 1/3 out. So, basically we just need to decide how tall we want this thing. It would have been nice if they'd have just even included a picture in it. Well, let's gather other materials that we need and get this thing put together. Got me a 2x4. This is a treated 2x4, so it'll last. Later on, I'd like to get some steel or aluminum 2x4s. That would be the way to go. But I've got 2 marked at 36, and then this one's marked at 24. Go ahead and get these cut. I went ahead and painted my boards, that way they'll last longer and it sort of looks cool. Got these in there. Had to use a rubber mallet to get them in there too. A good tight fit. But I'm still worried about them shifting back and forth. So I'm going to take some these little roofing screws. Yeah, I use them for everything. And just put a stop forward out. Just a little bit of hole in there. That way these bottom ones can never slide. Alright, they won't go nowhere. Grab the other side. And like the instructions said, it says to put double out the front without the back, so I got a foot here and 2 foot there. Alright, looking good. Now next we need to put our straight board in. And it just goes right down in here like so. Yeah, like so. You're going to have to beat that one down in there, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know what their idea of a 2x4 is, but I'm going to take this over to the grinder and chamfer the edges where I can get it down in there easy enough. Just like so. Yeah, we can do touch-up paint once we get it all said and done and out there. This is a treated wood. It's been sitting in the bed of my truck for, oh Lord, probably a year. Well, maybe not that long, but it's been sitting there a while. How close this is going to be. Yeah, we're going to beat this top in as well. Yeah, we're going to trash on this 2x4 trying to get it in there. Yeah, this is where I wish I had a piece of metal to do this job with. Well guys, let me probably have to get the big hammer out. I'm going to have to drive this in there. And I assume you drive it plumb down to the ground. And then get that top driven on there. Well, let me work on that and then we'll come back and get it finished up. Well, I have to actually take my piece of wood over to the grinder and cut it down some in order for it to fit in here. I don't know if it's my piece of wood or it's swelled up or maybe these holes are just not correct, but it is what it is. There we go, that's not going to go nowhere. Well, let's get this on the ground and get our top slid down on here. Alright, the top's got the same 2 screw holes in the back. Yeah, that fit just fine. Grab a couple more screws. Fit on there very well. It's leaning forward a lot, but we'll have to do a lot of leveling up once we get out there and get it to fit well. Alright, well let's get that part done. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, now let's get the paddles on there. Well, we'll start with a white one. You see they have these polylock nuts on it. Mine are a 19mm. So what we'll do here, go ahead and get some grease on these. That way they'll be lubed up good, no rust, and they'll move good. Yeah, it's a messy job, but somebody's got to do it. keep running down through here and do that, and then we'll tighten them up. We got them all on there, got plenty of grease on them. Just take a wrench here. Ratchet wrench is your friend. We're not going to tighten the crap out of them. So we'll run them up there to where they get a little bit of clay. There we go. I've got, it's a little bit excessive. There we go. Between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch of clay, I think we'll be fine for these. Let me go ahead and get all these tightened up, and then we'll check out the finished product. Okay, there she is, the way that it would properly be assembled. At least I think that's a proper way to assemble it. And I mean, it seems to work just fine. One thing I don't like, oh man, that thing's got a lot of bounce to it. And I just see that stressing out that board, making it break. And of course, it's bouncing on that piece of bottom steel is the main movement. Let's see what we can do about that. Because once I take this thing to the range, I really don't want to have to keep bringing it back in. I want it to be 100% right and in good shape and ready to shoot. I got this figured out. What I done, I went out there just looking around my junk. This is an old, I think it was an old camera stand or light stand, just some square tubing. And I went ahead and cleaned it up and painted it blue to match. So if that sits right there, I took this one, flattened the end, drilled a hole in it, and bent this a little bit. So this can sit up in there, and voila. That right there should help support that if we get it straight. And I think it'll work out pretty good. And should not be any welding here. We should be able to just zap this together with these screws. Let's see how that's going to work. That one's good and tight. Wait on that one. That one's going to go through the metal, which is not that thick. I didn't think it would take some ungodly piece of metal to hold all of this. Since there's a hole there, we might as well put a screw in it, right? Every little bit helps. Now let's see if we can get one in this center right here. That's just all movement. Let me get this back down on the ground and we'll recheck, because I think that done the trick. Yeah, that done it. That took, I mean, we still got a little bit in there because this right here is thin metal, but that took a lot of that bounce out of there. I feel better about doing that. It's sturdier and I think it'll hold up longer. All right, well now all we like is getting it out to the range and test driving it. It does look good. I just done a, not a quick leveling up on it, just enough to get to shoot it and check it out. I'm just going to be using my Remington RP45. I got some of this 230 grain full metal jacket, blazer brass. And that'd be plenty enough to have some fun with if I can hit it, but I need to practice this thing anyway. Let's just see what we think about a dueling tree. I got a hold of some more crooked bullets. That's all of them. I had 15 of them in there. Well, my hit miss ratio sucks. But I was just really wanting to check that thing out and check the angle and whatnot and just shoot it. I've always wanted one of these dueling trees. Like I said, I can't thank Tim enough. Dude, I really appreciate it. That is awesome. Let's go up there and see what kind of marks that left. I bet it just knocked the paint off. I'm guessing that steel's really good stuff. We was hitting it pretty good with that 45. Let's go check it out. All right, well, when I hit it, oh yeah, it's just knocking the paint. That's it, no biggie. We'll have to get some 9mm out here and check it out and make sure that it's going to flip around with a 9. It did pretty good with that low-cost 45. But like I say, we'll be shooting this thing a lot. Well, guys, that was fun. It was fun to put it together and figure it out. Like I say, I've always wanted one of them. I just think they're awesome. We will figure out a good place for it on the range where she's going to sit more or less permanently and get it you know, situated and leveled up properly. But for now, that's a good spot, so we can try it out some. I'm hoping to get Hootie Hoo out here this week, and him and I can do a little competition on that thing. I think that will be just a blast. Yeah, hot that back up. You never know. Bear may come out of the woods. Well, around here, it's a deer. I haven't seen no bears yet, but you never know. Well, guys, hope you like the Dueling Tree. Like I say, everybody throw Tim a big thanks. That right there is just awesome. If you would, throw me down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. And please, like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.